Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Valeria Prieto. In this video, I want to show you the story, the inspiration, and all about my painting, Running with the Wolves. In 2024, I became completely captivated by the song Running with the Wolves by Aurora. It haunted me. Day and night, I played in my mind when I was walking, when I was eating, when I was painting, even when I woke in the stillness of the middle of the night. At times, the obsession was almost maddening, but as an artist, madness can be a blessing when we know how to address it. So I had to paint it, and looking back, I understand why. So let me show you. In my previous painting, I was working with oils, so I thought to change with acrylics, and it was a good choice because it was faster, and I had a little bit of struggle with the weather because the acrylics were drying very fast, but also that made me work faster. There was something in the voice and the rhythm and the lyrics of the song that spoke to me directly, to a part of me. It arrived in my life during a moment that was fitting perfectly. I was living in struggle and trying to understand why. Then I saw a picture of a woman in a desert with a wolf, and I loved her. I loved her pose, and I did my own design, and I added the wolves and some elements that I saw in my imagination. And like my painting, the song is about embracing the unknown and awakening to who we are at the core. Even when the world around us feels like it's collapsing, but we need to listen the call to trust our instinct and to risk everything. That's how I feel about the song, and that's how I feel about my painting. I did a few corrections when I was working with the sun. I started to add more colors, then to paint some kind of ethereal clouds, but at the end I didn't like it, and I covered everything again, except one corner. I have always felt a connection with wolves, not as a symbol of a pack, but as a sacred guide who appears when we are in solitude. They remind me that being alone doesn't mean to be lost or feel lost. It means to listen closely, and also reminds me the wonders of solitude. I have painted a full moon next to the wolves and also some kind of tumbleweed, as they are common to see in the desert. There are two wolves in the painting because the song speaks in plural, but the truth is that I always have been like the lone wolf, and this artwork marks the metamorphosis of the spirit of the feminine essence merging with them. So the woman in the painting is not just running with them, she's one of them now, just like me. Sometimes I like to paint with special water, like the rain, water from ponds or lakes, or any other beautiful place that holds this element. But for this one, I have used coconut water and I just loved the idea. She's at the center of the painting and she looks very serene, feeling just the sun on her face with her eyes closed, and a single tear of her cheek face is left, and I added the tears as I thought this could be my own reflection about how the tears have been transmuted by the loneliness and how that pain also brings some kind of wisdom. So the tears go straight to the walls, and they, as experts and masters of loneliness, know exactly how to use them to grow the flowers. I have painted orange flowers with pink shades. The orange color reminds me to the mysticism of the desert. And also I wanted to paint red roses because the intensity of the heat. But then I just thought about making a white rose with soft earthy shades as the white sands of Samalayuca Desert, located just outside of Ciudad Juárez. And the walls are symbols of intuition, guardianship, resilience, and wild energy. The fur blends in the surrounding flora, painted with expressive flowering brushstrokes. Now, behind her, the blazing sun is not just a backdrop. It's like an aura of fires incandescent that mirrors the desert sun of my homeland in Ciudad Juárez, where beauty and harshness coexist. The roses beside her, melting and ephemeral, echo that contradiction. We don't have roses like this in the desert, but we have what we call desert roses. They are stones born from the sand and time, shaped by the wind into crystalline petals so beautiful. I painted both kinds of roses, the ones that bloom and perish and the ones that endure. You might wonder why the mountains. The mountains hold a special meaning for me. They represent the region of Pikes Peak in Colorado, the first place I had to call home after leaving my country, my job, my family, my friends. The mountains are red to reflect the meaning of the word Colorado, which refers to the color red. Running with the wolves is not about rebellion in the literal sense, it's about embodying the spirit of the wolf and embracing our own independence, our own resilience, and the power of solitude when we are not longer part of the pack or the family and friends. So the branches sprouting from her head might seem unusual, but they are intentional as last-minute idea when I was painting her head. They represent the return to the inner stillness, the sacred pause of the spiritual drought. Even in arid seasons, we are not barren, and we carry the sun inside our solar plexus. That's our inner flame or inner Christ, where we don't need to water to flourish because our inner light or sun here in the solar plexus is like our own spring, and from that light we bloom and shine. Traditionally, roots will be represented growing from the feet, keeping us grounded like trees or connected to this earth, but mine are in my head, like a common idea. They are not tied to any land because I don't feel rooted anywhere, not even physically. My home is in my heart and my imagination and my spirit. So my spirit has wings to fly free. This is a 36 by 48 inches acrylic painting, and it's very vibrant, powerful, and the composition blends portrait, symbolism, and nature in a surreal and emotional scene. So there is my signature at the bottom, at the right corner. And well, friends, I hope you have enjoyed the story and the images behind the scenes of this meaningful and beautiful painting that I love. This piece is available on my website, and you can find the link in the description of the video. So don't forget to like, to comment, to share, and give a like, and see you next time. Bye bye.